You open your eyes, the alarm is going off, and you stare at the ceiling. You supposedly just got a full 8 hours of sleep. You did everything right. But the moment you try to move, you feel like you were hit by a truck. Your limbs feel like they are made of concrete. There's a thick, heavy fog wrapped around your brain, and you have not even gotten out of bed yet. By the time 2 o'clock rolls around, you are sitting at your desk, staring blankly at your computer screen, desperately calculating if you have time to run to the coffee machine before your next meeting. You tell yourself that this is just what getting older feels like. You convince yourself that you are just being lazy, or that you just need to toughen up and push through the grind. You assume your internal battery is simply running low, and you just need to find a way to plug yourself back in. We all do this. We constantly blame ourselves for being tired. But here is the thing, your battery is not low at all. In fact, right now, as you are sitting there feeling completely drained, your body is burning massive amounts of energy. You are not exhausted because you are out of power. You are exhausted because your body is actively fighting a silent, invisible war that you do not even know is happening. To understand why you feel so incredibly drained, we have to look at how your body handles actual sickness. Think about the last time you had a really bad case of the flu. You probably spent 3 days lying in bed staring at the wall, feeling completely incapable of doing anything. You had zero motivation to work, to socialize, or even to eat. Most of us assume that this overwhelming exhaustion is caused by the flu virus itself, like the virus is stealing our energy. But that is actually completely wrong. That heavy, crushing fatigue is a deliberate, highly calculated software program run by your own brain. Biologists call it sickness behavior. See, when you get sick, your immune system needs a massive amount of energy to fight off the infection. It cannot afford to have you running around wasting precious calories on things like working or exercising. So, your brain intentionally flips a switch. It floods your system with chemicals that make you feel lethargic, depressed, and completely unmotivated. It literally forces you to stop moving so it can divert all of your available energy toward your immune system. It is a survival mechanism. And here is the mind-blowing part. Right now, even though you do not have the flu, even though you do not have a fever or a cough, your brain is running that exact same sickness program. So why is your body treating you like you have the flu when you are completely fine? The answer comes down to something called low-grade systemic inflammation. In the modern world, our immune systems are constantly being tricked. We do not live in the wild anymore, fighting off bears or dealing with constant physical injuries. Instead, we deal with chronic, everyday stressors. Maybe it is a toxic boss or financial anxiety, or a diet packed with processed sugars and seed oils. Maybe it is just subtle, chronic dehydration. Your brain cannot tell the difference between the stress of an impending deadline and the stress of a physical attack. To your immune system, stress is stress. When your body senses these modern stressors, it assumes you are in physical danger, and it triggers a low-level immune response. It starts pumping out these tiny inflammatory messenger proteins called cytokines. If you are sitting there realizing that you have been blaming yourself for feeling tired when your body is actually fighting a war, take a quick second to hit the subscribe button. We uncover these hidden, misunderstood signals your body sends you every single week, so you can finally understand what is going on under your own skin. Now, let us talk about these cytokines. These cytokines are the secret culprits behind your daily exhaustion. When your immune system releases them into your bloodstream, they do not just stay in your body. They actually travel all the way up to your brain, and they cross the blood-brain barrier. Once they get inside, they go straight to the areas of your brain that control motivation, reward, and energy levels. They essentially hack into your nervous system and pull the fire alarm. They tell your brain that we are under attack down here and we need all available energy immediately. And your brain listens. It instantly triggers that sickness behavior program we talked about earlier. It shuts down your physical energy, it clouds your focus, it makes your limbs feel heavy. Your immune system is literally hijacking your energy supply to fight a threat that does not actually exist. Your body is treating a stressful Tuesday afternoon exactly the same way it would treat a massive bacterial infection. No wonder you feel like you cannot keep your eyes open. This brings us to the biggest mistake we make in modern society. Because we fundamentally misunderstand what this tiredness is, because we think our battery is just low, we try to fix it with artificial energy. We reach for the third cup of coffee, the giant energy drink, or the pre workout powder. We try to chemically force our eyes open. But here is the massive flaw in that plan: caffeine does not give you energy. It does not put fuel back in the tank, and more importantly, it does absolutely nothing to stop the inflammation that is causing the problem in the first place. All caffeine does is block the specific receptors in your brain that make you feel sleepy. It is the biological equivalent of putting a piece of black tape over the check engine light on your dashboard. You are turning off the fire alarm while the house is still actively burning down. And it gets worse. By masking the fatigue and forcing your body to work harder when it is desperately trying to rest, you are actually causing massive spikes in your stress hormones, specifically cortisol. What happens when your cortisol spikes? It triggers even more inflammation, which triggers your immune system to release even more cytokines, which tells your brain to run an even stronger sickness behavior program. You end up trapped in this vicious, endless loop of exhaustion. You drink caffeine to fight the fatigue. The caffeine creates more stress, the stress creates more inflammation, and the inflammation creates even more crushing fatigue. You are literally fighting against your own immune system, and it is a battle you are never, ever going to win. Your body will always outlast your willpower. So, what is the actual takeaway here? First and foremost, you have to let go of the guilt. Stop beating yourself up for being tired. You are not lazy. You have not lost your edge. And you are not just getting old. That heavy, brain foggy exhaustion you feel every afternoon is actually a sign that you have an incredibly robust, highly active immune system that is working overtime to protect you. It is just confused about what it is supposed to be fighting. The absolute worst thing you can do is try to out-caffeine an active immune response. Your body is screaming for a ceasefire. It is begging you to stop pushing so hard. If you want to actually get your energy back, you have to stop treating the symptom and start addressing the root cause. You have to lower the inflammation. That might mean finally getting serious about managing your daily stress spikes. It might mean cutting back on the processed sugars that are constantly irritating your gut and triggering an immune response. Or, honestly, it might just mean allowing yourself to get genuine, deep, restorative rest instead of relying on chemically induced wakefulness to survive your week. You have to stop fighting your body and start listening to it. When you feel that sudden, heavy exhaustion, do not immediately reach for a mug. Take a breath, drink a glass of water. Give your nervous system a minute to realize that you are not actually in danger. Your body is constantly trying to communicate with you. It uses fatigue, pain, and hunger as a language. You just have to learn how to translate it. If this video helped you finally understand why you feel the way you do, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Leave a comment down below and tell me what other weird, frustrating body signals you want me to decode next. Stop fighting your body and start listening.